What up, familia? It's your favorite Puerto Rican Brooklyn Philly here. Back at my favorite little hideaway spot. I've already pre-shuffled the cards and cleansed them. And I'm just back out here at the park again on a beautiful Sunday. To say Sunday afternoon. It is not Sunday, y'all. I don't know where that. I guess I wanted to say sunny afternoon, and it came out Sunday. So maybe there's something significant about this Sunday that just passed. It is Tuesday, or maybe upcoming Sunday. I didn't check the astrology, so I don't know if there's something. Wow, something significant about this Sunday. Two cars just flew out. We're about to look at these two cars, but there's something else. There's something about the song. What's a man to do when his heart can't take no more? What's a man to do? Yeah, that song is on. What's a man to do when his heart can't take no more? What's a man to do? Here we go. This is the verse they want me to say. Now we've tried and tried again, but now this is the end. Tell me what's the use of holding on if we can't be friends? I'm emotional. It's Emotional by Carl Thomas, is it? Or something like that. But these are the two cards that came out. I just want to take this moment really quickly. I don't know. I felt like all of a sudden, I was chilling. I was feeling like pretty laid back. And now all of a sudden, I feel like everything is speeding up. So something about maybe some fast moving energy. Something happening again this Sunday. I'm emotional, right? And I can't let go. Again, I just got distracted. I'm trying to hold on something, maybe holding on to something, not knowing how to let go of something. I don't think anything is coincidental or coincident. Interesting. Just want to take this quick opportunity to just thank divinity and my ancestors and my guides for their love, their protection over me, over this reading. And I'm jumping right into it, hoping that it resonates with you and it helps you in some type of way. But okay, jumping right in, we have this Knight of Blades, right? And this interesting King of Blades. So see, there's something about this fast moving energy, right? How is it, it's kind of like it's going from the Knight of Blades right into the King of Blades energy, right? And that's pretty quick, right? Usually, it's a process, right? You go from the page to then the knight to then the king, right? Blades being swords, some type of incoming, maybe fast communication. The knight usually is like rushing in right on his horse or whatever. As you can see in this Knight of Blades, he's a hairstylist, and his mouth is open. I don't know. Every time I see him as very arrogant. I always get the pic that when I look at this tarot card, I get the sense of someone like I remember being that girl in the chair. Like when you go to the hairdresser and you tell them what you want and they just do what they think you should have, and then they give you the excuse or the justification that, oh, well, you had too many split ends and it wasn't gonna look neat. The last time that happened to me, interestingly enough, I don't know why I want to share this, but it was maybe 3 years ago when I went to I was away on my island for a couple of months, and I needed a cut before coming back, right? I was looking, because I was out there living free, right? Not caring too much. I was going to the beach every day, wetting my hair in the pool and all that, so it didn't matter. But when I returned back to the States, I didn't want to look, I kind of wanted to have my hair, my wig split. So why am I rambling like that? Interesting. But nevertheless, I went to this hairdresser. Of course, I didn't know him, and he was recommended on the island. And he basically was posing for the gram. He basically told me, no, he had to cut my hair, and he did what he wanted to do because it wasn't going to look neat, and it wasn't going to look neat for his pictures. Like, basically, that's what he told me. I remember, like, being so angry and feeling like her, like, infuriated. Well, she doesn't look infuriated, but she looks disappointed. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. Now I feel like, yeah, it's like why. Oh, interesting. This little white dog kind of looks like my little BK. In the picture, interesting, but it looks like someone who is not speaking up, right? So here he is, he's running his mouth. He's clearly seeming to do what he wants to do with her hair. She's grimacing and, looks flushed and frustrated, and it looks like she's not content with what's going on, but nevertheless, she's not speaking up. She's not saying anything. And that's bothering me. There's something about allowing I don't know, I'm hearing like invasion of boundaries now, allowing someone to do things or to break those boundaries and not feeling maybe comfortable enough to speak, to say anything. I mean, he's coming off very arrogant, very cocky. I just heard father knows best or mother knows best from Tangled, right? It's like this attitude of, and there's a tattoo on his forearm. I can't really make it out. Interesting. The song that's playing in the background is A Couple of Forevers. And she's saying, I'm not asking for much. I mean, even the dog is looking perplexed in this card, right? Like, Like, yeah. I mean, spirit are clarified as we go. And then we go right into this King of Blades, right? And in this card, they're in a courtroom scene. Some evidence seems to be being presented. I just heard the pen is mightier than the sword. So it's interesting. Here we have scissors and some type of cutting away action. Here we have a pen, and then there's some type of evidence being presented. I almost said put forth here, right? There's actually audience, some type of jury. So I thank you, Spirit. So now I'm hearing whoever this big mouth knight is now being asked to put his money where his mouth is, or whoever went around bad mouthing or talking smack or putting out information, rumor mill, I'm hearing erroneous information, now is being taken to court for it, right? I'm hearing receipts are being rendered now, right? Someone has to produce, or there is being now evidence being produced against what was said, right? I'm hearing checks and balances are now ordered. There's a cup of water here, interesting to kind of, and I don't know, so it's half full, so is the cup half full or half empty? Yeah, that's the evidence. Yeah, evidence is now being, and this fairy is almost like pointing, right? Like, yeah, bring, now I just heard bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Interesting. So yeah, this is how we're starting the reading, that there is some type of energy, some type of, I don't know, seems very anxious now. I mean, he doesn't like the motorcycle sounds. We've already, and some couple of loud cars have gone by, but that's just interesting to me. So yeah, something that was said, some form of communication, right? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. The rumor mill, the gossip mill, something that was being passed around. Now, either the same individual. Yeah, look, there's a whole jury in the background. I feel like, yeah, now it's like, yeah, where's the evidence? What's the evidence? This is what was said. Now I'm hearing fact checking. It's interesting because there is actually a political debate going on right now in our city this evening, the presidential debate, as a matter of fact. Not that I wanted to get into politics or anything like that, but it's just, all I heard was fact checked, right? There's going to be some fact checking now. based on information that was being said, and whether it was being said about her or she's hearing it. What is interesting, I'm hearing now too, even the information that was being said, when it was being said to whomever it was being said, that person or those persons that were listening to it, they were like troubled by it, right? They were like, well, she's like, almost like, well, why are you sharing like that? Almost like I hear her saying TMI, like, what's up with that, right? And almost like, am I really in the chair of this person who's really talking all this smack and behaving this arrogant and this foolishly, right? Interesting. What else, Spirit? What else? Please and thank you. So yeah, Blaze, be in communication again, and now that's what I'm hearing. You wanted to act like a knight. Now you're gonna have to put on your big drawers like a king and render account. Something about accountability. Something about paying the piper. Yeah. So we had emotional, then we had a couple of forevers, and now all I do is think of you. I don't know. So maybe somebody was talking the opposite. They were talking smack, saying that they didn't care about you, that they didn't care about the situation, or maybe even trying to make you look bad. But the whole time they were really emotional over you. They really wanted a couple of forevers with you, because all they do is think about you. Or vice versa. Take it how it resonates. Interesting. The cards are not flowing. Lay down, BK. Lay down. That's interesting. What else, Spirit? What else? What else? What other messages would you like for us to know at this time? Do we need to hear? Does the collective need to hear at this time? What else? Yeah, the song it's just, I don't know. They sung the mess out this song. I just think about I'm in love with you. I think the world of you. Yeah, they sing it, right? They blowing like, oh. Okay. We have here, what is that? The Five of Wands, right? Some type of competition. Was somebody competing with you? Now, what's interesting, this seems to be like an older person, two younger people. There's two dogs here too. So I'm hearing, yeah. So now what I just heard clear as day is, so if there were two individuals, other people were jumping in and people were trying to decide who were they remaining loyal to, or the loyalty was split between two peoples, between two camps. I'm hearing now, right? Yeah. So maybe the information that was spread about was for that very person, I was going to say that very reason, but for that person, because that person was trying to gain size, gain, the word was just there and I lost it, gain sympathizers, gain people to their side, but clearly the loyalty was split between these individuals, right? And I don't know, now for some I'm hearing that these are the two inner childs of these two people, and these are actually their ancestors, and they were debating back and forth between loyalties. Take it as it resonates. That's what came, So far we have somebody talking smack, receipts being rendered, and sides being taken. We now have look, justice. Yeah, there's some justice going to be rendered for this, right? And look, there's two different, oppositions and someone, again, another courtroom scene, right? Why did I say courtroom? No, this is actually like a traffic accident. And two people are debating as to whose fault. Yeah, there was a lot of blaming. Each other is blaming the other for the broken situation, the accident, the mishap, the incident. Lay down, BK. Go lay down, big boy. It's okay. Lay down. For the incident, the situation, his anxiety is through the roof. What is going on, right? And it seems like this person is the one that is intervening to mediate. I don't know. I just heard to balance the scales. I don't know. Maybe it is an ancestor, is divinity itself. Some other type of individual is going to intervene. Because, there's just a lot going on here, right? A lot of smack being talked. Evidence being now, required and presented. People feeling, and maybe family members or friends, or I don't know. Now I'm hearing triangulations occurring where people are feeling that they need to take sides and decide where their loyalties lie. And now it's almost like a final, I know it's not the judgment card, but justice, like finally justice is intervening and stepping in and saying, no, something needs to be done about this. I just heard buffoonery, right? Too much to lose if we, this is no love. So here we are, both together. That promises made that we never. Temptation so strong. This is another song, but this is a song about a third party. What kind of man would I be if I lived unfaithfully? Right? And saying, no, we can't do this. Interesting. The high priestess. Oh, how did I say that? That's the moon. I don't know. Something about your intuition being on fleek. You being able to sense that. I don't know. On this card, as you can see in the background, people are laughing at her. She doesn't seem to be too happy. Again, there's this dog there. Loyalty. Yeah, this woman is down on her luck. She seems to be struggling in some kind of way. The moon holds secrets, right? Things hidden. There is this owl on her shoulder, though. Peep game, right? It's almost like I'm hearing, I don't care what it looked like, there's some wisdom there, though, right? That maybe she's being judged, or this energy is being judged based on this, and they're not seeing that there's more that meets the eye, that there's wisdom, right? Or some type of ancient knowledge. Something about the next full moon that came out in yesterday's meeting. Actually, this card came out in yesterday's meeting. Reading, I wanted to say. Maybe there was a significant meeting yesterday. I just heard a meeting in the stars, something planetary that is coming to culmination this Sunday. That's something for somebody. Can you say something? Oh, wow, that came out. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. I don't know. So then if we're talking about this moon, right, this person that looks like they're down on their luck and they're being laughed at and ridiculed, this situation, that individual, that type of energy is going to be, again, there's some type of justice that's coming in for some type of injustice, right, that was created. Receipts or evidence are going to be finally pulled on some buffoonery that was discussed, or, you know, some mess that was started that was unjust. But the justice is coming in, because that unjust, that maybe that rumor, that conversation, that third party, because that was a third party song, right? Talking about, you know, and he's saying, what kind of man would I be if I did that? What kind of woman would you be if you did that? You know, we would be living unfaithfully, right? So maybe somebody was in someone's ear to coerce them to do something, or that to, you know, again, nevertheless, it left this individual, maybe that situation, in, you know, despair or this type of compromise where, yeah, it even made it look to others like, you know, and it's interesting because once again, others in this being, in this card being a part of it, right, trying to intervene. Here you have somebody trying to intervene. Here you have people in the background intervening, right? Here you have this person listening to what he's... So there's a lot of, like, people involved, or so many people, right? Didn't I use the word triangulation earlier? So a lot of people got pulled into this drama, to this drama. I wanted to say 3 times. I don't know. But now here comes this Wheel of Fortune. And it's turning for the better. Again, people are now here also involved, but they're cheering, right? They're cheering for this individual. Yeah, so some type of fortune, some type of good outcome. You know, this is the justice for the injustice that has been that has occurred, that has been committed, right? Interesting. Anything else, Spirit, you want to tell us? So again, some kind, and you know, we're 22 minutes in. The sun is starting to set, so maybe this would be a, you know, short and to the point. But basically, yes, whatever drama, whatever BS someone, I mean, I don't see any pentacles out here. But whatever drama or BS that was stirred up as a form of, that came through a form of gossip, I'm hearing in projection, that caused people to become involved, to compete, to be forced to take sides. Some type of justice is being rendered for this. And this is the 8 of Blades. Yeah, the wheel is turning on this situation feeling like this, right? This woman feels trapped. The baby's crying. The baby's crib look like a prison. The window looks like a prison to her. And of course, I'm just saying her because of the image and, you know, the feminine gender. The dog is howling. The baby's crying. Yeah, the wheel is changing because it left the... Yeah, now I'm hearing it left... If it was a partnership, if it was a relationship, it left one person homeless and one person that did stay with the home feeling trapped, right? So if you were, you know, the gender that stayed home with the family or did stay with the house or whatever, even though you stayed in the house, you still felt trapped by the responsibilities, the utilities, the mortgage, the rent or whatever. It still became overwhelming for this person individually. And for this person, you know, they had to literally, look, she has all her belongings, had to like relocate and find themselves like a, you know, I don't know, I used that word yesterday, vagabond, roaming the streets, right? And even being laughed at and ridiculed. Interesting. So yeah, it's almost like, because in each card we're showing both people, like, right, people trying to take sides, this competitive nature, that, and right in that one justice card, they're both yelling at each other about the accident, both yelling and blaming one another. And what I'm hearing is, and no one won, right? And that's what that Five of Wands almost is like about too, right? No one won, right? No ceasefire, and as a result, both people lost out, right? Both people suffered, and not just the people that loved them and were involved with them, right? Because if family members, friends, co-workers, colleagues, whatever, got involved and felt like they were pitted in a triangulation type of situation, they also, like it was no win-win. I'm hearing, right? It was lose-lose all the way around, right? Interesting. Okay, Spirit, we get it. Now what? So now we have the Hangman. A new perspective is needed, or is rendered, was rendered. Yeah. And again, I don't know. There seems to be like almost a continuation of yesterday, because confirmation I just broke. Because it's almost like, again, I don't want to sound like I'm being repetitive, but it is. It's not me, a spirit, or this is how I keep seeing it, unless I'm told something different. It's almost like the very thing that began as this catastrophe that set it up to kind of hurt you or harm you, or hurt or harm those involved, is the very thing that has become and will become the when looked at from a different perspective, maybe, or as a result of all of that drama, a new perspective is being gained by the individual, both individuals. Yeah, something about changing that, right? Because in the background you see the people, they're all feeling like this is just the same BS, another like regular mundane day with the same task, waiting for the bus stop, whatever. But this person is actually taking something that would seem to be so mundane, and is making something, right, is looking at it from a different perspective. So someone is taking this situation, maybe you are collective, is looking at this situation finally and saying, remember earlier I said, somebody, go lay down, baby, it's okay. Looking at the cup either half full or half empty. This person is almost like saying, I dare to look at the situation half full. I know that initially it didn't feel too good, and it left me feeling stuck or bothered, but I'm choosing to look at this from a new perspective, and as a result, some type of victory, right? And I just heard a hard fought, hard won victory will be the result, or is actually the result, right? Because unfortunately, life be lifing, right? There are situations and circumstances that we come across where it can be painful, right? It can cause, and I don't know if I want to say but, however, I know for myself that in a lot of those situations, when I look back over them and I begin to reflect upon them, I've learned some very valuable lessons. They have been some of my most strongest teachable moments, and not to say that it always have to be drama and BS and bad things in order for us to learn. No, I'm just acknowledging that sometimes in what I may have called initially really crappy situations, relationships, jobs, circumstances, ultimately or even inevitably have turned out to be some of my greatest lessons. Come here, big boy, come here, sit down. It's okay. I just feel so bad for him, guys. I'm sorry. It's okay, big boy. It's okay. What's the matter? I don't know. It's just he usually calms down, and he's not calming down up to this point, and I'm not understanding why. He really isn't calming down. So yeah, just know that victory is I don't know. Now I just heard it's a perspective as well, right? Again, if we kind of, excuse me for that, for showing my gum like that, but if we kind of begin to look at the situation from another perspective and learn to look at what maybe seem like the everyday mundane, right? Because these people, I mean, they're all here at this bus stop or whatever, waiting, right? But this one is choosing while waiting there to do something and to see it from a whole nother view, right? I don't know, and it's almost like they're being rewarded, right? Like the dove sign, directly from heaven. There's something beautiful about it. There's something beautiful about it where it does seem to feel victorious. And then it's interesting again that we see this crowd of people in the background, right? We kept seeing the crowd, and then they're cheering for. So yeah, it may be your family, it may be your friends. They saw you go through such a messed up situation or a job situation or struggle with something, and now they're finally cheering you on because they see you've grown from this situation. You've learned some lessons. You're now having a new perspective, and you're moving forward victoriously, and they're proud of you. Now I'm hearing your ancestors are very proud of you. They've seen all you have gone through. They've seen all you have endured, and they're saying, well done, in the midst of everything, despite all that you have been through. You could have turned out to be very bitter, very angry, very, I'm hearing a sore loser, or you could have even chosen to fight back fire with fire. This person who was gossiping about you and putting out, I just heard now defamation of character, right? All this legalese language, right? And you've been vindicated anyway. Look at that, alhamdulillah, right? The Lord, the divinity, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, your ancestors, your guides, they have presented evidence that showed that what they were saying was not truthful, whether it was a job, a situation, a family member, a lover. And I'm hearing you have been vindicated. Justice is yours. And yeah, now you're the victor. Now I'm just like, victory is mine, right? You are the victorious one at the end, or in the end, right? And I'm hearing he who laughs laughs best, right? Very short, sweet, to the point. I'm hearing that is it. That is the message, right? And at the bottom of the deck, we have 10 of coins, right? Yeah, because what I'm hearing is it's so much bigger than that situation. And that situation, all it did was set you up for legacy building, right? At the end of the day, the lessons that you have learned, the growth that you have done is all, like I'm hearing, it's like a deposit, a collective deposit into this bank of legacy, right? Just to use a real cheesy or not the greatest analogy, but you've been depositing into this bank of legacy, and that's the most important thing, right? That's so much bigger than anything, right? And that's the end goal. That's the most important, and that's where the victory lies, right? Because we're adding to this, right? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I want to just get something. Again, these were pre-shuffled at the house, so just something regarding maybe and one card popped in is looking, right? And I'm gonna turn on this light. Have an eye for beauty and uncover hidden charms. Seek and you will find, right? I'll leave the light on. This is what we're talking about. They were saying about that perspective, right? That intentionally, even in the midst and despite all that has happened, you still choose to look at and see the beauty in things, right? And because you did that, that's why you're victorious. That's why you're ultimately winning. And that's why you didn't have to stoop down to that level and respond to the buffoonery and act out of character. You remained in character. You remained with integrity. And that's why you're being rewarded. And that is the true victory. And that's why you're adding to this beautiful thing called legacy, right? And to not stop looking at things from that perspective, right? That's good. I was about to say 2 more, and exactly 2 flew out. We'll take it and we'll thank Spirit, right? So this one is, what does that say? Opportunity. And this one is loyalty, right? And the dog kept coming out. Like in every single card there was a dog, right? Whether she was with that 8 of Blaze, feeling stuck in that house, that dog was right there howling next to her. Whether she was in that car accident mediating, there was a dog right there, little white dog. I mean, everywhere. Bottom line, loyalty. And when I'm seeing all of these like little I see it as astrology. I see it as constellations. I see it as divinity, as spirit guides, and as ancestors saying that we've been loyal. We will always be loyal, right? We've been with you and we'll be with you till the end. Yeah, true friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. Be loyal to your friends. And that's interesting too, because even in the situation where we saw 2 different individuals, right, and we saw that 5 of Wands where they were competing with one another, remember I saw the 2 dogs. That's even beautiful too, that whether you think you're right, whether the other person thinks they're right, that on each camp, each person had their friends or family members who was rocking with them, their ancestors, right? And again, if at minimum both parties could walk away with just acknowledging, hey, this taught us some lessons, let's move forward, right? Opportunity says new job opportunities, change of workplace or business trip. Change is coming just in time. Yeah, right? I'm here. Change is coming. Oh, God, it's that old song. Change is gonna come, right? Anyway, yes. So for some of you, this was maybe in the workplace. There was something that was occurring there, and change is coming. This is what Spirit is promising you, right? That and told you to be on the lookout for, right? So pay attention, stay mindful. Remember that we said something about the next full moon, and they also said something about this upcoming Sunday. So look forward to positive things. Again, it's all about perspective, I'm hearing. Look for the good. Look, and I'm hearing that's what you've been doing all this time anyway. Don't give up. Continue to persevere. Continue to look for the good. Change is inevitable. Good change, right? Good opportunities are coming in for you, both in career and in other places and spaces, I'm hearing. So those are those 2 cards. And I'm feeling compelled. I'm hearing from here. Just, excuse me, some last minute affirmations to walk away with. Just 3, Spirit, please and thank you. The first one is the power of meow. Interesting when we've had all this dog energy, but it says activate purr mantra. Oh, okay. All right. Activate purr mantra. I don't know. When I think of cats, I think of intuition. So again, walking by faith and not by sight. Yeah, activating that purr mantra to understand that to tap into and to continue, because what I'm hearing is that's what's gotten you this far, is the fact that you didn't look at things the way they necessarily were, hence that hangman, looking at it from a different perspective, choosing to see the glass half full as opposed to empty. Continue. And I'm seeing all these cats now, I swear, wallahi, they're like purring all around this. It's actually this cat lady's house. She has like all this cat food, and cats are just roaming her property. But yeah, to remain with that, following your intuition in that way, continue to tap into that. That's what's helped you get by or get thus far. You understand what I'm saying. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors and spirit guides. Can we get at least 2 more for the collective words of affirmation to close out this beautiful message? And they said 3. Okay, excuse me. And the one that fell on the floor is, and that is saying unplug. Right? I'm in an offline state of mind. Some of you are watching a lot of social media, plugging into a lot of other distractions, right? That first one was talking about tapping into your meow purr, like your intuition a little more. So maybe this is, again, these are the messages encouraging. Yeah, look, chill the fuck out and breathe the fuck in. Interesting, right? Because, yeah, maybe this situation has got you. I heard your feathers are ruffled, and it does tend to make you anxious, right? The dog could be anxious the whole, and look, now he's chill, right? Chill the F out, breathe in, relax, unplug. Maybe you're listening to or are being impacted by so many sensory things, right? And last but not least, seeking cosmic consciousness. Just kidding, but seriously though, right? Again, and look, this is like the meditation position, and then they're being funny, just kidding, but no, seriously, like, right? Woo-sa, I'm hearing lak lak, right? Relax, relate, release, right? Breathe. Everything is all well that ends well. I don't know where that's coming from, but bottom line, you're right. Victory is yours. Do not give up. Continue to persevere. Hold on to your faith, right? Even though it don't look like what you think it needs to look like at this time. Yeah, people may laugh, people may snicker, rumors may be said, all kinds of stuff may come up against you, but you remain steadfast. Keep holding on. Do not give up to your hopes, desires, and dreams. Change is going to come, right? And I'm hearing this here. Again, next full moon, and pay attention to this Sunday, and don't ever stop looking for the good, right? And I'm not talking about positive toxicity, right? No, acknowledge what you're feeling, but just don't go down that emotional rabbit hole. Separate it at minimum from false statement to true statement, right? And yeah, that's it. That is definitely, I'm hearing that's all, folks. Believe, that's all, folks. Right? I hope this message resonated and helped someone. I want to say once again, thank you to divinity, to my ancestors, and to my guides for such a beautiful message of hope and encouragement. And again, energy is reciprocal, right? Should be reciprocated. I'm hearing energy was poured forth via this video. At minimum, hit the like button if you like the messages. Share and think that somebody might benefit from it. Share it with someone else. If you like the way the messages flow here, subscribe. But at minimum, hit that like button. We shouldn't take, and plunder like colonizers and just take and not be able to give back. And yeah, equal exchange of energy is always to be respected, right? On some namaste shit I just heard. But with that, beloved, I leave you, sending you mad love. And until next time, Ashe, Amen, and Amen. Mwah.